if there is an end to life event, somebody has to turn off the lights in your life. I hate to be the one to tell you this, but something bad, something really bad is going to happen. If you were in a relationship, if you were in a marriage, if you were part of a couple, one, if not both of you, as we continue to age in this wonderful life, something critical is going to happen. And in the heat of that critical moment, heart attack, stroke, fighting for your life with a stage 4 cancer that nobody knew you had until you thought you were having indigestion. It turned out to be stomach cancer. Have a friend that happened to. But something's going to happen. And when you are suiting up to go to battle and fight for life, the last thing you need to be worried about is where the money is, where the power of attorneys are, where the bank account, the checkbook, what bills are due when, etc. We have all been in a situation where duties in a household are segregated. It makes sense. Somebody's in charge of getting the kids to school. Somebody's in charge of the PTA. Somebody's in charge of groceries, of laundry, of dry cleaning, of vet bills. You divide things up. Somebody was in charge of paying the bills. Somebody was in charge of what retirement funding was looking like. If that somebody was not you, before the worst happens, you have got to find out. Hi, hate to interrupt you real quick. Rome was not built in the day, and this channel is not as well, but you can help it be built within a year, year and a half. Like, subscribe, keep coming back. I'm Jenny. I've got a little to say about a lot. Now, if you are the somebody in this relationship who is in charge of paying the bills and monitoring the retirement and all the other accounts, etc., do your loved one a huge, it's not even a favor, it is an act of love and mercy and grace when they're sitting there holding your hand, arguing with doctors, being your advocate. Do them the right way now, and you guys sit down and figure out who needs an education and what. If one of you were to evaporate, and whatever that looked like, how does the other one go forward? Where is everything? Okay. Yeah, this is not a pleasant conversation for me to have with y'all. I've seen it. When you're having to plan your loved one's funeral, you do not want your decisions to be jaded by, I don't know if we can afford this. I don't know if we have the money to pay for this. Don't do that to each other. Y'all have to communicate now. Now, there is lots of tongue-in-cheek books out on the internet, Amazon, I'm dead, now it's your problem, etc. But it will give you a guideline, preparatory things that you need to do. And we're not talking just the big things like the bank accounts, etc. If there is an end-to-life event, somebody has to turn off the lights in your life. Action item number 1, it's time to sit down and think this over. I read a news article recently about a woman who was tasked with trying to figure out her and her husband's finances after he died unexpectedly. It took about a year for her to figure out where everything was, and to get an education in the world of finance, and if there was any money moves that she needed to make. Now, there are services out there to help us, regardless if you're a widow or a widower. If you do find yourself in that situation, it's difficult just to draw a breath, but to try to figure out finances and money at that time, this is where you're going to lean on your community, whether it's a pastor or a program specifically designed to walk with a widow or a widower through the tangle of this is. But the best thing you could do for each other is to prepare in advance. So there are things, Dave Ramsey calls it a legacy drawer, a love drawer. Back in the old paper copy days, it would actually be a file drawer, file folder with a roadmap to what is where, etc. So upon your demise, you can just sit down, go through the checklist, the priorities of what needs what, where the phone numbers are, where the account numbers are, the passwords. In the electronic world, there's other ways you can do it. You don't have to do it the hard copy way. It all depends on what your comfort level is. So you all need to sit down and begin the conversation of, honey, these are the bills I pay every month. This is how much money we budget for food. This is how much money we're paying out in car notes or insurance or student loans, etc. Somewhere, the bill payer, the one who is managing all of this, has a list of this somewhere, and that's your starting point. This will also feed into your awareness of how much money it is going to take for you to live now and in the future, and where you can possibly economize. But that's not where we're going with this. This video is about you giving the gift of love and peace of mind when the worst happens. You don't have to be a financial expert to understand finances. Most of it is really straightforward, pluses and minuses. There are different accounts that money could possibly have been invested in, and with that, if you do not understand up to a point, you're going to set that aside. Nothing has to be touched or moved right away. You need to know where your next month's money's coming from. Is it in the bank account? Is there a pension, a retirement fund, etc., that's paying out? These are things that you need to be concerned with now. But what your significant other, your spouse, your husband, your wife, whomever has left for you is the roadmap you guys are going to prepare now. And God forbid something happened to you guys concurrently, and your children or your adult children are left not knowing what your wishes were. That's something too you got to talk about, but right now this is just about the money. So for those of us who are in the situation where there is a partner, whatever label you put on that, and one of you is in charge of the bill paying and the investing and the retirement, etc., and the other one is in charge of other things, y'all need to sit down, talk about who's doing what. If the kids are still at home and younger, well then if something happens to the care, nurturer, mom figure, then there's going to be need to backfill that. I'm speaking to my women over 40 and 50 whose children are adult and have left the house, or adult and still in the house. Sit down with your partner, figure out who's doing what, but you want to focus on the money. Where's it coming from? Where's it going to? What are we squirreling away? How much is there? What's the anticipated outlook for that? If you are a woman and you are solo, nothing wrong with that. I feel 100% solo most days with my husband and I. I've got a bi-coastal marriage, but we still communicate and make sure each other knows these pieces of information. But if you are a solo lady out there, you still got to let somebody shut your life down. So you need this checklist as well. You need to know all of your own information and document it so that when you are in need of assistance to fight a battle, or somebody has to come in and turn the lights out and tuck your life away, you have left them a roadmap, how to do it, where to do it, and what your wishes were. All right, so that's my rant for today. You own up to it. Something bad is on the horizon. We are not going to get out of this alive. There will be health events. There will be unexpected accidents. These things happen. You need to prepare now so that your loved ones can focus on you and fighting the battle with you instead of panicking and stressed out because you can't communicate and tell them where the checkbook is so they can pay the rent or the mortgage or the power bill or whatever bill needs to be made. If this information has resonated with you, if you were in any of these particular positions or you need further coaching on what your next step should be, leave us a comment below. I'm happy to contribute where I can. The community is phenomenal, and I'm sure that we have got our ladies who are watching this video right now that have been in this exact situation. Tell us if you had it all road mapped for you or you had to figure it out on your feet. Help us understand the importance of this regardless of which way that fell for you. Y'all keep coming back. Share this video with somebody in your life, your mother, your aunt, your sister. Life is short. There are more sunsets behind us than there are sunrise in front of us. Let's live strong. Let's live bold. But let's live with kindness and love, and make sure that those who need to fight with us don't have to fight through it on other battlefields because we did not care enough to leave it in a roadmap for them. I'll see y'all soon. Stop recording. So if you find yourself in the situation where, God forbid, the worst has happened, and perhaps y'all did not sit down and have the conversation that I'm encouraging you to have. Take a breath. Money confidence does not happen overnight. Give yourself time to grieve, to work through, and you'll figure out your money situation in baby steps. You have to be kind to yourself and let others help you. There are those of us who have been independent and strong longer than they care to believe or to count, and letting others help us in our time of need is challenging. Angels come your way when you least expect it, but when you most need it. So let the angels that come into your life help. Make no major financial decisions the first 12 months after the unimaginable. Just breathe, just breathe. If there's a life insurance policy, if there's other income that comes in, just park it. Park it and live. You can get around to it in a year or so. No operating heavy equipment and no major financial decisions for at least 12 months. We're gonna pinky promise. Again, check the description. I've got some journals down there that could help you find your way through some of the financial tangles while you find your way through this unexpected, and I hate to say necessary chapter, but none of us get out alive. Let's prepare for the worst and enjoy every moment of the best while we can. I'll see y'all soon. Stop recording.